Can you walk over 25 miles in these? The Crockett and Jones Tetbury? You're probably thinking, these look a bit too formal. Maybe you need something more like these, On Runners, which are loved by this James Bond.
Swiss made, they are just heavenly shoes.
But there has to be a reason for the €675 price tag. We gotta test these out. Will the Crockett and Jones disappoint or surpass expectations? I decided the only real way to find out was to put them to the test in Paris. But this wasn't just going to be a test for the boots, it was going to be a challenge for me as well. More on why later. The mission is, now that I'm in Paris, to do the rest of the trip only on foot. No metro, no Ubers, no cheating. With the place in mind, I set off to somewhere I'd never been before. What makes these special to me is that the Crockett and Jones Tetbury appeared in Skyfall. And although when you think of Bond footwear, Oxfords are probably what come to mind, but since nearly the beginning, Bond has been a fan of wearing black boots. Elastic half boots can be seen in not only Goldfinger but Thunderball too. Boots remain a part of Bond's wardrobe, strap boots appearing in Diamonds Are Forever, and even as late as Spectre, the Crockett and Jones Cambridge. But this video is more about Chukka boots, a real staple of Daniel Craig's James Bond style. From the more casual suede versions in Casino Royale, Spectre, to the black leather ones at the very end of Casino Royale. Make sure to comment below what your favourite Bond footwear is. Is it the casual? Is it the runners? Is it the boots? Is it the formal wear? But why does Bond like this type of boot? Well, just like Bond, the Chukka boot has military roots. The origins of the boot come from the Second World War during the Desert Campaign. British soldiers adapted their boots to the rough terrain and harsh conditions, which is why sometimes you hear of Chukka boots being referred to as desert boots. And the name Chukka comes from those soldiers' inspiration, Chukka being a Hindi-derived word referring to a period of play in polo. The soldiers took inspiration from those polo players and their boots, creating something that was mobile, durable, and most importantly, comfortable. If that last bit is to be believed, these will be a perfect fit for my mission, especially as someone with a recurring ankle injury. Today I wanted to see Napoleon's tomb, which can be found at the French Military Museum, beside Pont Alexander III Bridge, which those who remember will have seen this in A View to a Kill, and one of my previous Paris videos. To visit the tomb, you have to walk through what was previously a military hospital. As you can see, the boots are great for this environment, especially that city sole, giving great grip. So far, the great feel and how they're holding up seems to be all down to the craftsmanship. A reason for the price mentioned before is definitely diligent work that goes into making each pair of boots. All Crockett and Jones shoes are handcrafted in Northampton, England, and I'm sure it takes years of practice and skill. In the museum, I got my ticket, then sat down for a think, make sure my ankle is holding up okay. Yeah, all good. Time to get back on my feet. What really makes these different from your usual desert boot is the finish and details. The Tetbury are finished in the highest quality black wax calf leather, making the shoe more formal than your usual desert boot, but slightly less than an Oxford. That signature rubber sole really helps Bond with fighting, jumping, and keeping a firm footing on the train. Going back to polo and the military inspiration for these shoes, the boots are designed to give great support during active use. And as someone with an ankle ligament tear, God, that support is really important. That's why a huge motivation for this mission was not only to test how these boots would fare, but also how I would. You descend the steps to what is a serious monument to Napoleon. If you're interested in learning about Napoleon, how he revolutionized warfare, I recommend the Andrew Roberts book, I'm sure there's loads of great books out there on the subject, and the man himself, but can't say I recommend the film. Then as I was finishing up the day on my trip, I checked how my step and miles were going. Over the 2 days in Paris, I had walked 26 miles in these. And unlike my experience with other high-end brand shoes, the Crockett and Jones don't need breaking in. This has been my experience with all Crockett and Jones. The unparalleled quality, finish and support means that not only can I walk 45,000 steps, although having a recurring ankle injury, but James Bond can also do this in them. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, you may like my other Crockett and Jones video or my previous Paris video. Shoot the like button and subscribe. Alan Carroll will return.